Eli Fishman from TalkingBall.net and YouTube, Eli Fishman Sports. Back another interview time. I'm joined by Somerset Patriots pitcher Vince Molesky. Vince, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on. Out of college, you signed with the Wingnuts in the American Association before going to the Grizzlies. How exactly did you get that original contract with the Wingnuts? Were you going to tryouts? Did a coach or something help you out?
Well, it's kind of I went a whole summer, first off, without even getting an opportunity to play professional baseball. And then I stayed in good contact with my pitching coach from Mount St. Mary's. He was my pitching coach my senior year there. And he's been through the realms of all the independent leagues before we got picked up by the San Diego Padres. So he made a lot of connections in independent, in the Frontier League, the American Association, all that kind of stuff. And he really battled for me. I wasn't a really big prospect coming out of college. I went to a really small school, and I really needed somebody in my corner to go out there and stick their neck out for me and give me a spot on the team. And he did that. He got me an opportunity there with the Wingnuts, and I did really well there. They were coming off a championship season themselves, so it was really hard for me to go out there and make the rotation as a rookie in that league. So I did what I had to do enough for them to trade me.
You played 3 years for the Gateway Grizzlies. What does that organization mean to you for signing you and giving you the opportunity for 3 years to play professional baseball, which is playing pro ball, everybody's dream?
Yeah, absolutely. I owe them a lot because they gave me an opportunity not only for 1 year but 3 years, and I didn't have the best of rookie seasons with them, but they believed in me and gave me a chance to come back, and then I really proved myself that second year. I flipped the switch from giving up the most home runs in the league to striking out the most batters in the league for 2 years in a row then. So, I owe them a lot. They gave me an opportunity. They taught me a lot about the game in the, professional aspect of it. And, that's why I'm here now.
You're in the Atlantic League right now with the Somerset Patriots. They call this basically the major leagues of independent baseball. How have you liked this experience so far, the level of competition and just this whole, experience in Somerset?
Like you said, this for me is almost like my major leagues because I get to play with guys who have been in the big leagues and are still unbelievable players, even though they're not in the big leagues now, but are trying to fight to get back into it. And just to keep improving myself and moving up and succeeding while moving up, it means a lot to me, and it's awesome experience. Going from the clubhouse out to here, everything, from the Frontier League and the American Association, everything gets different and better as you move on. And, that's what you want to do with your career. You want to keep improving and keep, stepping up to the next level, wherever, it might be, and be successful.
The American Association, Frontier League, and Atlantic League are known as the top three independent baseball leagues. How would you rank those, and can you talk about the difference in competition between the three leagues?
Yeah, obviously, I think Frontier League's probably the lowest. You got a lot of your younger guys in that league. You got, each team has to carry 11 rookies, I believe. The age limit now is 27. So you got a lot of younger guys that are, coming out or got released or coming from college from A-ball, and you'll get a couple AA guys, but you got a lot of younger prospects in that league. And American Association just kind of climbs up the ranks. Where you got more of your AA, AAA, a few Major League Baseball players in that league. And here, you got, you'll see rosters with, 12 to 13 big leaguers on the roster. And, so I'd rank them as, Atlantic League being the best, American Association, then the Frontier League.
For players who are currently in affiliated ball in the majors, there's a lot of negativity around independent baseball, but it's actually, you're playing here in Somerset in front of, on a good day, you're 6,000 fans in the stands on a Saturday night. So how does it bash that negativity that it's given?
No, you'll see if a guy comes in, out of AAA or even the bigs, and you think that this is going to be like just an easy walk through the park, they'll weed themselves out, honestly, real quick. You'll see that if there's a pitcher that comes in, they'll get lit up on that mountain any day, because you got a lot of guys here already who've been here that are grinders, and they want to get right back to where they were. And if you see any guy coming in and just, like I said, taking a walk through the park, they're going to weed themselves out, and they're going to get hit around, or they're going to, be walking back to the dugout with, their third K or anything like that. So, this is good baseball. This is really good baseball. Like I said, guys don't get picked up out of here and just go to AAA just for nothing. So
you're having a great year in Somerset so far. What does that tell you about yourself? And how good you are, especially that you spent a year off of independent baseball and that you didn't even play baseball your first year out of college.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, for this year, the cool thing about it is, I mean, I got in here and I was hanging out around the guys, and, you know, you get some of these guys who are in the big leagues, and you learn and you talk to them, and honestly, I feel like I almost got better before I even threw my first pitch out here in Somerset. And, you know, to take that, man, I was like, wow. And, you know, that translates out to what happens out on the mound and in the clubhouse. If you take everything in that you can, you learn everything, whether it's not something that you're very comfortable about doing. I mean, you got to give it you got to give it your hardest and your fullest effort, because you never know what's going to happen, and you know, it might help you. And especially in this league, this isn't easy. You're playing against guys, like I said, that AAA big league hitters that, you know, been around a lot better ball players than myself. And I mean, I hope to get there one day, but I mean, just to take anything I can from any of the hitters in there, any of the pitchers, I mean, I take everything in as much as possible. There's always more to learn.
What's the biggest lesson that professional baseball has taught you so far?
Just to be poised, very poised, and you know, you can have one great outing one day, and then the next day you might flip the switch and be your worst outing. So, you know, just stay focused, you know, stay on the grind, and keep working hard every single day.
When you go out on the mound, you know, is there a specific goal or something that you're thinking about? What's your mental approach every time you walk out there on the mound?
Just to get the first out, honestly, to keep us in the game, keep us a chance to win. When I was starting, I always said, I'm a starter. I always go out there and I aim for 6 innings, 2 runs. That's a quality start. That's more than a quality start. And, you know, if I can get out there and I get past that 6th inning and only give up a run or 2 runs, and I get more, that's a bonus for me. I feel like that's a great job, well done by my end, and obviously our defense and everything else. But that's usually my goal. But each time I try to build off each start, each outing I go out there. I try to build off that each time. I mean, no one's perfect. You're not gonna, you know, throw 30, 60 scoreless innings, even though it's possible. It's very hard to happen. So I try to build myself off each start, get better and get better and get better. And if I take a step back, you know, I can always get better from my next start.
All right, Vince, thank you so much for joining me.